Hey, so there's a little bit extra I wanted to say. So, part of what I've been working on to open up my heart more and love and accept myself more is to not beat myself up so much about things, and let things go a little bit. Because I, most of my life I've been overwhelmed by things, and I'm an empath. I feel so deeply and intuitively and fully and emotionally. I'm also a Cancerian. You know how emotional we can be. You know, um, I'm just an emotional person and I feel so much, and the weight of the world can weigh heavy on our shoulders. And, you know, when I was full into the activism, it was like I felt like I had power and was doing something towards what, you know, the good cause, a good cause, and was helping the world in many ways. But also on a personal level, then it was also little things. Well, even like recycling. Before I was vegan, then I'd be really like, I gotta recycle everything. And I worked in schools and worked at youth clubs and things, and none of them recycled, and that'd really stress me out and make me anxious. And then I was worried at the ways of the world, people littering and things like that. And then so like I found out about the zero waste movement. It's like, oh great. But then trying to be zero waste is really, really difficult. There's just so much plastic everywhere. And it was after I watched a documentary years ago called Garbage Island, and it said about all the plastics floating in the ocean, and that scared me. So, and I didn't realise how much plastics we use, and then I started looking, everything comes in plastic, that's plastic, that's plastic, and it was overwhelming. And at that time in my life, years ago, I was in a very depressive spiral and so angry at the world. But years later, since becoming vegan, I felt like I had more of a grip on things and, control of my life, control, not so much control, but like, I didn't feel powerless anymore. Yeah? So I knew my power, knew every person can make a difference, and I still believe that. I still know that in my heart. But then it's about showing compassion to ourselves and others. Sometimes we're in a predicament where we can't recycle something, or you might be hungry out and have to buy something that's wrapped in plastic. And everything is about supply and demand, so each person, our money is our vote. But I was getting so caught up in trying to be perfect and try and get everything right and do everything I possibly can. And then when you're in that mindset as well, then you start resenting other people for not catching on as quick or doing their bit, and we don't realise what's going on in everyone's lives, and everyone's got their own stuff going on. And the world, the Western world, definitely is pitted against us in so much money is spent on confusing us and misleading us and misguiding us and taking us away from our natural state of being and our loving, compassionate state and our state of abundance. They're making us live in fear, in the fear mindset, and we're so easy to control and pit against each other when we're living in the fear mentality. And it's down to us all individually to break that cycle and become more aware. They're playing on our ego and making us think we are our ego when we're not. We are the observer of our thoughts. We are the being within. And we need to know our power and how divine and amazing beings we are, and what we can do when we come together. And I guess I felt that in the vegan movement, like, oh wow, I feel so blessed to be part of such an amazing movement that's really getting a lot of stuff done, you know? People are passionate about this and want to make a difference. But then that can get caught up in there's a lot of tensions and a lot of emotions and a lot of stuff going on, and veganism links to it. It's a solution to a lot of problems. And vegans can see that, and it can be frustrating when you see your loved ones and your friends, your family, even just everyone, like most people in society, struggling in one way or another. And we can see simple, healthy, wholesome solutions to so many problems. Not just the debauchery that's happening to animals unnecessarily. You know, we can live in tune with our compassionate being state and love animals like we all do in our hearts. But also could end world hunger. It's linked to that, you know. We're feeding loads of crops to we're feeding loads of crops to animals, billions of animals. There's way more billions of farmed animals on this planet than there are humans. They're taking up land mass. Their gas and waste is polluting our earth and raising temperatures. Everyone is seeing global warming in effect. You know, it's affecting everybody. So yeah, it's destroying our oceans, our air. It's just nonsensical for us all to continue on the animal agriculture train, because it's going to crumble, because it's not sustainable. You know? Missed a bit there. Not to mention how detrimental it is to our health eating animal products. It causes cholesterol, it causes inflammation, it causes heart disease, cancer, diabetes. That's just a few. Loads of health problems. Our bodies reject animal products because they're not meant for our bodies. It's keeping us bogged down. So my point I was trying to make was that we can see so many people suffering and struggling, and we can see how they could relieve that pain for themselves and for others, yet seem to, in some people's eyes, refuse to. But I think that's just everyone's been played into the game of the us against them mentality, which is it's not going to help anybody. So we need to accept and let go a little bit and just focus on working on ourselves, because that's all we have control over is ourselves. So that's what I've been focusing on, because I was getting too caught up in everything and resenting people for not helping themselves and then coming to ask me for help, things like that. So I guess a lot of people will see that people struggling with problems, but then they don't want to hear the answer, the solutions. It can be very frustrating. And lots of these things come from a place of love, but it can get lost and tangled, and frustrations and angers can arise, which isn't helping anybody, you know. But obviously we're all human and we all have many emotions, so don't bottle them up, express them, but we must be conscious and think of expressing ourselves in healthy, practical, productive ways. And, you know, we need to communicate better with each other, not isolate from each other. We need to immerse ourselves and interact within the greater community than just the vegan community. And same with non-vegans, integrate with vegans, you know, everyone. Let's all get along, because we're all human and we all have much more in common than we do differences, you know. Yeah. So that's part of why I've been able to just let go, because I know it's not sustainable. Veganism is happening, it's coming, it's on its way, it's here. Vegans are here. And so I've just got faith. I have faith that everything is working out in the divine time. But also I do feel a little bit bad that my drive has gone a bit, because in that panicky state that was driving me to get out there, I've got to be at every activism thing that I can possibly be at, or I'm not doing my bit. But when we're in that mentality, we can burn ourselves out so quickly and not even notice, even when we're learning about burnout and everyone's talking about it, the buzzword burnout. We don't realise when we're in it, and we can see others. That's why we've got to look out for each other and be compassionate and understanding when people don't feel like making it. You know, we got to be 100% to do activism, I feel like, because when you're promoting veganism and speaking on behalf of these animals that are suffering, we need to be on top form. And if we're strung out, desperate, upset, emotional, vulnerable, it's not serving any of us, you know. So I guess I'm just working on finding a balance within all things, and yeah, just trying not to be so hard on myself. Because I've like started smoking cigarettes again. I've just I've come off weed again though, and it's a bit tough, but you know, I've got support and help this time, and yeah, I've got my partner, and he's really supportive and is doing it with me and helping me, so that's really good. And that's a lovely thing as well that I didn't mention in the last video is, you know, feeling like a team. Don't settle for less. Be with a person that is going to challenge you and also is going to love you even when you're not your best self, and even, you know, you can just keep it real with them 100%. And they want to see all of you, and they create a space for you, and you create a space for them to both grow and develop and be vulnerable and show yourselves, you know. And you want to be like a team and a partnership. Make sure your morals and values and things like that are aligned. You know, you don't have to be exactly the same. I think that's what I was looking for in the past, was someone exactly like me, someone who's vegan, someone who's well, that was mainly my thing, someone who's vegan, but also someone who's open-minded, spiritual. Sorry, what I was trying to say there was I was trying to look for someone who's fitting in this box that I thought would make the person that fit best with me. So being vegan was a big thing of that. So the person I'm with, they're not actually vegan. Well, they kind of are now. We've been spending lots of time together, and you know, I've just been cooking us food and stuff to try, and he's really open to veganism, knows a lot of the stuff already, and is really respectful. Always eats vegan with me, never comes to me smelling like animal products or bringing any animal products, and that means so much, you know, because I watched Ralph on Infinite Waters Diving Deep, and he's always saying about eating food together is bonding, and like you gotta be eating the same foods together. So I always thought, oh, I've got to be with someone who's vegan, but no, some people surprise you, and you know, it's about finding someone that fits, and you don't need to put all these boxes and definitions of what you think is the right person. You just got to focus on loving yourself and being the right person for yourself, and then you'll attract a person that resonates with that, who will nurture that more and you can share yourself with. So yeah, just when you stop looking, that's usually where they come. And then a bunch of other things, but I get on with a lot of types of people, so you know, I'm very indecisive as well, so I'm in and ahhing. But then when you find the right person and you really see them, then you know, everyone else just disappears and is so certain and sure. And it feels great to be accepted for all that I am and all that I'm yet to be. I can't remember what I was going to say then. You know, it's helped me let go of trying to be perfect all the time and putting on this brave face, you know, painted smile behind the painted smile. Because when I'm out and about with people, I'm always thinking, oh, how can I serve them? How can I make the situation better or help these people out or cheer people up or, you know, be the comedian or whatever. But then that's why I like a lot of solitude time as well, to like recharge from that. It's exhausting sometimes. But yeah, I'm learning lots about myself and relationships, and yeah, it feels good to let go of a lot of old baggage that I've been holding on to for a long time as well. Trying to protect myself and also be this empowered woman that's all these things and amazing. And you know, we're all just fucking human, you know. We're all the same and can get caught up in how we're meant to be living a lot rather than actually living, you know. And trying to live in the now more and not be hard on myself, basically. And yeah, because I haven't been eating totally whole foods as well. I've let myself slide with that a bit and just been buying some easier stuff to cook, which has been helpful. But then I feel like sometimes it's not. Need more nutritious foods, so I've just been cooking some things from scratch again. Oh, because I feel like I was healing my fibro quite a lot, but I've been feeling very fibro-y since smoking tobacco a lot again and stuff like that. So I'm not practicing some of my good habits as well, but I just feel like I've needed a break from things. But I'm getting back into good habits. Me and my partner do like stretching together, things like that. We're a right team, and that feels really nice that we're both on the same page about things and got plans of how we want to live and things we want to do, and it's really in line and in tune, you know, and that's really amazing. And I feel like that is the law of attraction. People are attracted into our lives at the perfect time, and when we're resonating at the right frequency, then, you know, we'll attract the right person or people or situations into our lives, you know. And yeah. So I just feel so blessed and thankful for this person coming into my life, and feeling really happy and supported and loved, which is really nice. My mum always said that, you know, she knew that they were out there. But anyway, enough of the soppy stuff. So yeah, that's been another thing coming to terms with, is like, I get quite a lot of attention online, and that was very overwhelming for a period of time, especially for like my body hair and that. And So loads of people message me on Instagram, on Facebook, or different things, loads of different comments. And you know, at first I was like, oh, this is great, lovely, but then it went to my head a bit, it's a bit ego-y. But then in some ways now it's just a bit like, just can be overwhelming. And, you know, I've come away from social media quite a lot, and it's been nice to be living in the real world. And I think for a long time I was trying to connect with everyone, see how everything's connected, and everyone who's trying to chat to me, I've got to chat to them and be nice. And there's just not enough hours in the day, and it was taking up my whole day just being on my phone all the time, just so I didn't feel bad not responding to people. And you know, I don't know what I was searching for, or connection, I guess. I feel like I found that connection now in a real way. And yeah, so sorry peeps, I'm not online as much, but just know that I'm happy living my life. Yay! You know, social media takes up so much of our lives, and we forget to have real connections sometimes, you know. And you know, when we're hanging out with people, we should be engaged and not looking at our screens, you know, connecting, conversing, feeling, perceiving each other, you know. So that's another good tip for relationships, romantic or otherwise. Try and connect and, you know, be present with people. So that's something I really like. So yeah. So I basically found that I give too much of myself to others, and I'm just learning to save most of myself for me. So yeah. So I was going to add this onto the other video, but it's gone quite long, and I'll just post up the other video and post this one after. So obviously this message had to come out, and the other one. So lots of messages, but I'm going to be on it a bit more for getting the YouTube videos out, and I'm trying to be more driven and trusting my talents and my gifts that God has gifted me with, and you know, embrace those more and show true gratitude by utilizing them. And she'll be creating more space for what needs to be birthed for you guys. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, share, all them good things. I really appreciate all your support and love, and you know, I hope I don't offend anyone by saying about being overwhelmed by people messaging me. Obviously I love that people wanting to connect, that means so much to me. Just obviously if I can't get back to everyone, please don't take it personally. I love everyone, and yeah, thank you so much for your support. So much love. Have a beautiful, wonderful, fabulistical day, full of joy, of course. Thanks for watching. Mwah. Love you. Peace.